Of all the auto brands on the road today, only one has been named the best auto brand for 6 straight years. That brand is Mazda. Come shop and save on the award-winning lineup of new Mazdas right now at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi, business owners. Phase 3. Woohoo! But do your customers know you're back? Well, that's where the Clarence Bug Show and Pelican Broadcasting can help. Right now, we've got great rates on advertising packages to help you get the word out. Shoot me an email at bugsclarence@gmail.com. Or better yet, call me up. I'd love to talk with you. 225-485-6839. Let's get together and make Phase 3 the best it can possibly be.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Cantea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Cantea, your Italian dining will change forever.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hello and welcome to another day's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Here's hoping that all is well in your COVID evolving universe since the last opportunity we had to spend some time with you. Speaking of COVID-19, don't know if he is tuned in this morning, but if so, want to send our very best regards and well wishes to a member of our crew, the incomparable Mr. J. Jonathan, going through quarantine for COVID and the 9, and miss you, buddy. Can't wait for you to get back. Hopefully this whole quarantine thing will go quickly for you, and you will be back to your normal jovial self before you know it. We start today's show talking about a troubling trend that we are witnessing early in this country in the Biden administration. The record number of executive orders being carried out by this administration after mere days in office. It is troubling when you find an administration that has control of both houses of Congress and the White House, and yet, apparently, they are afraid of the process. In this country, there is a very clear separation of powers. And for those of you that did not sleep during civics class, you understand that the 3 separate branches of government are all delegated certain responsibilities. I'm starting to question why we even have a Congress if Joe Biden is going to simply make laws at the stroke of a pen. 21 at last count. Now, let me give you some context in all of this, because as we all know, stories without context don't really do much for many people. If you look back over the most recent administrations in our country's history and the number of executive orders carried out in the first week of an administration, you start to see a troubling trend here. If you go back, well, let's first of all talk about, in the vein of context, how this administration views this. Ron Klain is the incoming chief of staff for the Biden administration, and told reporters this week that, quote, the president's planned executive orders would be a, get this, restoration of an appropriate constitutional role for the president. Now, I don't know who taught this guy civics, but the legislative branch is responsible for legislation that is then sent to the president either for approval or denial of passage. That is not his role. And at the end of the day, what's really ironic here, it was the Democrats and the mainstream media that preached to us incessantly, oh, Donald Trump, he's going to try to be a dictator. He's going to try to get the military, and he's going to try to force this on us and that on us. And you heard it all incessantly from the media. And yet, who is it with armed soldiers in the streets of our nation's capital, completely bypassing Congress and passing all these laws on his own? Why are those in power afraid to let the process work the way it's supposed to? It's interesting to me when you look at the number of executive orders carried out by administrations. Joe Biden's 21 so far ranges anywhere from 21 times more than previous presidents to, in most recent memory, 3 to 4 times more than previous presidents. More executive orders than any other president in history. Now, again, when you control the House and the Senate and the White House, why would you not simply engage in the legislative process, let the legislation be debated, approved, sent to you, and then you sign it? What is the problem with allowing the process to take place? You know, I would like to speak specifically to my liberal friends and viewers right now and beseech you to hold the individuals that you elected accountable. And here's why. What we are witnessing right now is the swinging of the political pendulum. You've watched pendulums before, and you know they swing all the way in one direction and then they swing back in the other. Sir Isaac Newton taught us that an object in motion tends to stay in motion unless and until it is acted upon by an external force. A pendulum will swing in one direction until that energy has been expended. Then the external force, gravity, kicks in and it swings back in the opposite direction. Right now, the political pendulum in our country, let me be sure I do this right because I know y'all see everything in reverse on the screen. Right now, the pendulum, for those of you on the left, is swinging to the left in your favor. Rest assured, however, a point in time will come where all that energy will have been expended, and then that puppy is going to swing back in the opposite direction. Here's what human nature dictates will happen. Those on the right, after watching the censorship, the outright lies, and now the governing by decree, old King Joe, they will say, oh, we remember what y'all did to us last time. So you deserve what you get. Now, for the record, let's understand something here. All of us that had decent parents growing up, they taught us what? 2 wrongs don't make a right. But human nature, being what human nature is, when that puppy swings back in the opposite direction, many people are going to be of the opinion, well, you're just getting what you deserve, because remember what you did last time? Here's the problem with that. And history is chock full of examples. When this happens, and rest assured, it will happen. All you have to do is look at our country's history. The pendulum politically constantly swings back and forth and back and forth. So rest assured, this puppy is not going to stay on the left forever. It's going to swing back. But it's you and I, regular Americans, it is the republic that suffers. When you allow those that you cast your vote for, and I'm talking to my liberal friends now, when you say it's okay, even tacitly, just by your silence, you're giving your approval, you allow this to happen, when the pendulum swings back, you are now at the mercy of your, quote, enemies. But more important than this, and please, y'all, if you don't accept anything else you ever hear me say, accept this. It is the republic that suffers. They will tell you, oh, this guy, he wants to be the king, and he's going to be a dictator, and he's worse than Adolf Hitler, and he's going to try to do this with the military and that with the... Where are we now? Armed American troops in the streets of our nation's capital, and a Congress that really doesn't do much of anything. They don't have to, because the president's doing it all with his pen. Imagine, if you will, when that pendulum swings back to the right, what that could mean for you. At the end of the day, y'all, this ain't about conservative, liberal, Trump, Biden. It's about our republic. Some of y'all ain't gonna get that till later. But that's okay, as long as you get it. As long as you get it. Let me get this first break of this hour out of the way. We might have to expand now that's just stupid segment. We might have to expand this to being a daily thing, because there's some folk out there that just leave you scratching your head. Even though Donald Trump is gone from office, he's still living rent-free in the heads of a lot of liberals. We'll talk about that next on the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
I owed the IRS IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Hi, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
And I'm Dr. Kay Siller with The Rocket Right Show.
We are two busy blondes on the go showing off life in Louisiana.
Watch us on Pelican Sports Network.
And Talk 107.3 FM. Check local listings for times.
Team Honda wants to thank you for once again making us Louisiana's #1 new car dealer by offering you never-before-seen savings. For the first time ever, get 0% financing up to 60 months on some of your favorite Honda models. Get thousands in savings right now at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Balello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Balello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Buggs Show. If you are new to the show, new to the station, new to the area, you may not be aware of the fact that we have started a segment that we do on Mondays entitled, Now That's Just Stupid. Not in the regular vein of STUPID. I mean, that's stupid. You know, stupid is what stupid is. But it seems as though in America these days, we have made it a mission to try and get to the next level stupid at every single opportunity. Now, understanding that the human experience is such that typically, and this may have changed in recent memory, but it's been my experience throughout life, that typically it is something that spurs stupid. For example, hey bro, hold my beer, okay? That usually spurs stupid. You know, alcohol, idle hands and time, it's just a matter of time before something stupid is going to come along. Enter Bed, Bath, and Beyond. By now, I'm sure you've heard the big old flap over Mike Lindell, creator of My Pillow sleep products, and how Bed Bath & Beyond has decided that because of his ardent support of Donald Trump And because Mike Lindell, like newsflash, tens of millions of Americans, has the opinion that this election was so full of fraud you can't begin to count all the instances, Bed Bath & Beyond decided, okay, you want to say that? We're not selling your stuff anymore. Cancel culture. You can't make this stuff up. Just last year, Bed Bath & Beyond announced we are going to have to close 200 of our stores nationwide because of COVID. We got lockdowns, people can't get out and shop, they're afraid to go out, it's affecting our bottom line, we're not making money, so we got to streamline. We're closing, we're going to start with 200 stores. So let me get this straight. You need to close 200 stores. And apparently, you think it's a good idea to insult half of the remaining customers that you have. The backlash against Bed Bath & Beyond has already started. Many folks now, I'm done with y'all, I'm not shopping here anymore. Matter of fact, in California this week, Larkspur, if memory serves correct, folks who went into Bed Bath & Beyond, walked through the door to get a shopping basket. Walk around, fill that puppy up as high as it can go with stuff. And then get towards the register and leave it and walk out. I could do that. Yeah, you could do that, Marty. Yeah. Oh man, we know our checks are gonna clear this week. Look at all the stuff these people about to buy. Where y'all going? Come back. You just announced we need to close 200 stores. And apparently you think it's a good idea of the remaining people that could shop at your remaining stores. Oh, I got a great idea. Let's insult all the conservatives by no longer carrying Mike Lindell's products. Get woke, go broke. What in God's name are you people thinking? Oh, wait, that's right, you're not. And at the end of the day, there's, despite what you think, Mr., Mrs., Ms., Bed Bath & Beyond, people can still buy my pillow products direct from Mike Lindell. They don't need your store. They really don't. I mean, it's a convenience for old farts like me that, you know, I'm touchy-feely. I don't believe in buying stuff just by looking at a picture. I want to go and feel the quality. I want to go and feel the sturdiness. I want to go and look at the tag and says, made in America. Here's a guy, does all his manufacturing in America. I'm not a betting man. But how much do you want to bet that in Bed Bath & Beyond, you can walk through that store and before you leave, you will lose count of the number of products they sell that are made in freaking China? But here's a guy, the epitome of the American dream, a freaking former crack addict who got his act together, launched his own business, is dedicated to providing jobs and products made in America but because he chooses to exercise a right that God has given all of us. You decide you're going to cancel him. No, Hoss, you canceling yourself. You're not canceling Mike Lindell, because people are still going to buy my pillow. They're still going to buy it. They're just not going to buy it from your sorry behind. But the problem is bigger than that, y'all. There will be Bed Bath & Beyond any number of individuals that will no longer have a job. Why? Well, we got to close these stores because of COVID and everything else, and because we so freaking stupid, we decided to insult half of our audience. How many folks are you going to have to lay off? How many folks are going to have reduced hours because you thought it was a good idea to insult half of your customers? How many of those folks that are laid off, have reduced hours, how many of them going to be your fellow Democrats? Because you decided to do something totally stupid. But you know what? Tip of the hat to you conservatives. Listen. I'm one of those that understands the train of thought that you don't allow people by their actions to lower you to doing the things that they do. We all heard this as children growing up. But at the end of the day, sometimes the only way to fight fire is with other fire. Pure and simple. And maybe it's time that conservatives wake up and start playing the game the way liberals play it. Okay, y'all gonna cancel us, we gonna cancel you. Don't shop with, we don't spend a nickel with you anymore. And I can still, by the way, I can still get my Giza sheets from Mike Lindell. I just go directly and bypass you. See, that street, y'all, runs both ways. This is not a one-way street. It runs both ways. How in God's name, after having to close 200 stores, these idiots at the top think, oh, this would be a great idea. Let's insult half of the remaining customers that we have. I don't know how much they are paying the folks at Bed Bath & Beyond that came up with this decision. I have no idea how much they're being paid. $15 an hour. But whatever it is, oh, Marty just said $15 an hour. 15 an hour. Whatever it is they're being paid, for those of y'all that have stock and are paying these people, you are due a huge refund. Whatever y'all paying them at Bed Bath & Beyond, you got hoodwinked, snookered, and bamboozled. Watch your stock price do that. All because of something that was totally unnecessary. All because of something that you decided. All they're doing is exercising a constitutional right. But you decided, cancel culture. Oh, we can't let this. We can't let this slide. Oh no, we got to do something about this. All right, well, cancel yourself. If you fine with it, I'm fine with it. Just like I say, I can still get my pillow from Mike Lindell. I just go direct, go straight to the source, and say to heck with you, Bed Bath & Beyond, and all the rest of y'all that want to play this game as well. Again, that street, y'all, runs both ways. Just saying. Tell you what, bottom of the hour. Let me get this break out of the way. I guess we're going to have to change the graphic, Marty. Now that's just STOOOOOPID. We'll talk Louisiana stuff after this bottom of the hour break. here on the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Jaguar Nation, we need your help in masking up Louisiana.
Masks help us slow the spread of COVID-19.
During this time, we must continue to wear a mask, wash our hands, and practice social distancing.
It's important that we continue to abide by the CDC's guidelines to stop the spread.
Jaguar Nation, we challenge you to mask up. Go Jags!
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Caught spiders? Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. I would certainly be remiss in my duties with this platform not to mention the years that I've now logged in this business, particularly as it pertains to politics and political watching. If I did not take the time today to send out some very heartfelt condolences to the family of State Representative and former mayoral candidate Steve Carter. I'm sure you've probably heard by now. Representative Carter passing at the age of 77 years old from complications from COVID-19. He, aside from the most recent run for the mayorship in East Baton Rouge Parish, is certainly well known for his dozen years in the Louisiana State Legislature. And those of us in media, I think, will all agree that you could never find a more accessible gentleman than Steve Carter. We all know, particularly in Louisiana, where politics is often described as a contact sport, the rough and tumble nature of politics in our state, and how you have to be thick-skinned to survive in that arena. But Steve Carter was one of those individuals that had the ability to navigate the minefield of politics and still do it as a gentleman. That is not an easy thing. It may well be why yours truly has never thrown his hat into the ring for political office. Because I don't believe in that play nice, smiling, skinning and grinning in your face. I tell you what I think, pure and simple. But Steve Carter was one of those truly gifted individuals that, despite what his personal feelings may have been about whatever the given issue was, he was always able to express himself as a gentleman and as a respecter of the process. I'll share with you briefly the press release from his last opponent, Mayor President Sharon Weston Broome, releasing the following. Former Representative Steve Carter was a dedicated family man, public servant, and fellow neighbor here in East Baton Rouge Parish. Mr. Carter had a storied career of serving our community, first as a coach and assistant athletic director at LSU, then as a member of the Louisiana House of Representatives. During his time as chair of the Capital Region Legislation Delegation, he displayed tremendous leadership by championing vital investments in infrastructure and education. Steve was an honorable man whose passion and thoughtfulness elevated the discourse during our recent contest for mayor president. You never saw him without a smile on his face and a hand extended to greet you. Steve was a Baton Rougean through and through. His mentorship of hundreds of children left an indelible mark on generations in our community. He and I shared a goal of seeing Baton Rouge be the best city and community it could be. I'm tremendously sad to have lost yet another friend and neighbor to COVID-19. My deepest condolences to his wife Gloria, children Amelia and Solomon, and 4 granddaughters, Evie, Carter, Julia, and Addie. Well said, Mayor. Well said. He is gone at the age of 77 years old, but certainly will not be forgotten anytime soon. Speaking of things that are not going to be forgotten anytime soon, and speaking of our fellow Louisianians, it was revealed this week that a longtime environmentalist here in Louisiana has been doing what many people do these days and not living up to what he was preaching to others. I guess in the grand scheme of things, all of us, at one time or another in our lives, have said one thing but done something else. If you are so fortunate, after truly looking at your own life experience, to be able to say, Clarence, I've never done that. I've never said one thing and done something else. I submit, just keep on living. Many times it is inadvertent that you do these things. You didn't realize that you were doing it at the time, but you did it nonetheless. Recently, the investigative unit at the ABC affiliate here in the capital city, WBRZ, posted a story about a man in Iberville Parish, Dean Wilson, the executive director of the Atchafalaya Basin Keeper. If you've never heard of the organization, it is an environmentalist organization that has as their mission protecting the health of the Atchafalaya Basin and its waterways for generations to come. Well, come to find out, Dean Wilson, allegedly, at his home on Bayou Sorrel, place that's real near and dear to me because I can't tell you the number of days I've spent fishing in Bayou Sorrel. And those of you like me that love good sac-a-lait fishing, good brim fishing, good bass fishing, you know about the quality of fishing in Bayou Sorrel. Well, it was found out recently that Dean Wilson never got a permit for a sewer tie-in at his home. And as a result, an investigation found 2 PVC pipes running from his home directly into Bayou Sorrel, dumping raw sewage. Let me say for the record, there are countless situations where individuals have applied to a municipality for whatever permit, never got it, got busy doing other things, moving on, anticipating, okay, well, this will be, figured out at some point. In the meantime, I've got other things that I need to do, and you forget about it. Things slip your mind. Well, we found out through WBRZ's investigative unit that in 2004, 17 years ago, a permit was applied for the sewer tie-in, but nothing was ever finalized, and there is no permit on record to certify whatever installation. So in other words, the guy leading this environmentalist group has been pumping his own raw sewage potentially for 17 years into Bayou Sorrel. Now listen, y'all, listen. I get it. Like I said earlier, we all make mistakes. We all have, at some point or another, said one thing, done something else. That's a part of life. I don't know about you, but I put that in the category of that's why we need a Savior. Just about every day you can run across something, and if left to your own devices, God only knows where you would be. And I try to recognize these things as often as possible, and I'll silently say to myself, that's why I need a Savior. Because I need someone greater than me to help me deal with the things that are greater than me. That's what God does. That's what He specializes in. But for 17 years, there are people out there, and this does not apply to them. There are people out there that are looking for reasons to discredit what you do. There are folks out there that, them tree huggers, and you fill in the blank from there. Those people are who they are. They are going to do what they do. But as is the case with everything else that we deem worthy of our consideration, you don't give them ammunition to use against you. 17 years, allegedly, the environmentalist is pumping his poop directly into Bayou Sorrel. So don't be upset the next time when you, hi, I'm here from Environmental USA, and I'd like to talk to you about gloop, and the door gets slammed in your face. Just saying. Just saying. Hopefully, fines, penalties, all that will be sorted out. But hopefully, and where's a good apologist when you need one? Hopefully, he will make this right by the people and the environment he claims to be so concerned about. Just an observation. Just an observation. When we come back, after our final break, we put this big old pretty bow on this puppy. Want to share a story with you about how every now and then, two companies, two products that are in the right place at the right time. And it seems as though they were just made for one another. Of course, the only problem is, my humble opinion only, they're both fake. You're going to love this one after our final break on today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Contea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Contea, your Italian dining will change forever.
We're making 2021 the year of savings, and it starts right now at Team Toyota. Come get a new 21 Corolla for just $189 a month, or get a 20 Camry for just $19,995. It's a year full of savings starting right now, right here at Team Toyota.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back to the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show. I ran across this story yesterday, and I don't have nearly enough time left in a single hour to tell you all the jokes that come to mind immediately after hearing about this story. But every now and then you will find individuals, entities, companies, institutions that find themselves at that proverbial crossroads, and the two of them share so much in common that it's just a natural that the two of them get together. Don't know how many of you are familiar with the company Beyond Meat. Everybody, of course, knows about PepsiCo, makers of Pepsi Cola, Frito-Lay products, etc., etc. Well, it was announced this week that PepsiCo and Beyond Meat are creating a joint venture to develop snacks and drinks that are made from plant-based proteins. For those of you that have never heard of the company Beyond Meat, you know there's this new movement, for lack of a better word, to get y'all to stop eating meat. Meat. More for meat. Well, I got to fight Marty for it, but that's a different show for a different day. They're now, Burger King and others, Impossible Whopper, saying, well, we can take this stuff made from plants and you can't tell the difference between that and meat. So Beyond Meat and PepsiCo joining forces to come up with new plant-based snacks and drink options. It occurred to me, Beyond Meat makes products that are made from pea protein, the protein in sweet peas. And they make burgers, sausages, and chicken made from pea protein. It occurred to me, well, this sounds like a natural. I mean, why wouldn't these two companies get together? You've got one that sells fake meat. You got another that sells fake Coca-Cola. Why wouldn't they get together and make fake snacks? I mean, listen, I make no bones about it. I'm one of those that grew up on Coca-Cola. And for those of us who did, there's nothing more disheartening than having your taste buds set for a Coca-Cola and your bud says, sorry, bruh, all I got left is Pepsi. There are very few things in life as disappointing to a Coca-Cola drinker than having to drink a Pepsi. But hey, fake Coke, fake meat equals fake snacks. Why not? And you thought 2020 was the craziest year ever? Speaking of crazy, ran across this last night as well. And it's probably not going to be long before you hear about this all across the country. Because of the new strains of COVID-19, some health officials here in the state of Louisiana are floating the idea, the theology, the philosophy that with this new strain of COVID, you know, they got the South African version, they got the UK version, maybe y'all need to start doubling up on your masks. Meaning, you need to put on more than one mask. You need to have two on, okay? Now, conventional wisdom might be tempted to say, okay, if one mask protects to whatever degree, I'll let you subscribe whatever degree you want to of effectiveness. If one is X percentage effective, conventional wisdom says, well, if I slap another diaper on my face, then I should increase the protection exponentially, right? Conventional wisdom would say. Well, here's the only problem with that train of thought. When the nation's, according to the mainstream media, leading virus expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, returns to the White House coronavirus press briefings, walks up to the podium to start his address, and then removes his mask for the entire Q&A session. People wonder about your sincerity, if not the validity of everything else that comes out of your mouth. When, after Dr. Fauci finishes his address to the media and leaves the podium, and the press secretary for the Biden administration walks up to the podium with her mask on, starts to speak, and then removes her mask for her whole address. People start to question your sincerity, if not the validity of everything that comes out of your mouth after that. I'm giving y'all a heads up because in today's world, particularly in American society, when you hear about it happen in one place, it's probably not going to be too long before social media picks it up, mainstream media picks it up. So don't be surprised when you run into someone, store, red light, whatever, and you notice, that's a funny looking mask. Oh wait, that's two masks. Don't be surprised when you see it. For the folks that are touting this, I would love nothing more than to round them all up on a bus and bring them to various corner stores in North Baton Rouge. Good luck, Hoss. If you think you're going to get folks, a preponderance of people, to wear two masks at once that aren't, as the old folk used to say, no more concerned than a hill of beans with wearing one, you got a lot more faith in your fellow humans than I do. Just saying. Just saying. Don't be surprised when you see it. Time's up, y'all, and I gotta go. Marty, take that other mask off. But this day, just like any other, I give it to you. America, we ain't perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord. You realize he loves you, right? And I hope you know that I do too. Then again, there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless.